It's been a while since I've posted a video. I'm still struggling with my knee. I've got complete knee replacement surgery scheduled for the end of the month, and it's difficult for me to drive away, and but it's been feeling decent the last week or so. Things shift around in there, and the pain comes and goes. So I thought, while I could, I'd take a drive up to Foxtail Canyon and just walk up the road a little bit and enjoy the cooler than the valley weather and get in the mountains for a little bit, and then maybe I'll go do a little bit of painting. There's an old camp here that they haven't used for quite some years. I guess the buildings are in disrepair and need a lot of money to fix up that they don't have. So this is a picnic area, and you have to have a reservation. It's like for big groups. But I love this canyon, and I've hiked quite a bit up through here. You can see they've got these nice covered large picnic spots for people. The camp starts, I guess, here where the road turns to dirt. This is really zoomed. I hope you can see this guy. That's a little itty bitty guy. Thought it was a fox at first, but it's a coyote. Here's one of the little cabins in the camp. Looks like somebody might have broken in through the door. It's a shame the Girl Scouts can't come up here, but I have to admit, I like having access to it, so I'm not going to complain too much. This is the main, I don't know if this is the dining hall or what they did in here, but the cabins, the smaller cabins are up through here. Always love the light in this canyon in the morning. You can see here the roof is in pretty bad shape. So a couple years ago, I came through here and discovered that it had been gutted. All this used to be lush through here with lots of young bristlecones and even some aspens, I think, and younger pines. And I came up one morning and discovered the whole place just, it looked to me like the Forest Service had chained it, you know, like where they do with the pinyons and junipers, because the trees were just snapped in half. And I thought, well, maybe, you know, a little windstorm came through here, but it was just in this one little area. And then I noticed that there were markers up on the borders of the area. So I'm fairly certain it was the Forest Service that did it. And it honestly made me sick in my stomach that they took out bristlecone pines. I saw them laying dead in the piles of rubble that they've cleared out. They've since cleared it out. I don't know if they did this as fire suppression for the camp or why they did this, but I was kind of devastated. And this is my little rant about the Forest Service here in Mount Charleston area. The management is something. You know, we've got mountain bikers over here building trails in the wilderness area. They're not doing anything about that. They're telling hikers they can't hike on upper bristlecone because it's washed out and they need years of studies to figure out what to do. And, you know, it's a tiny little washout, or so I've heard. Seen some pictures. Tiny little washout that anyone could negotiate, and they need years of studies to figure out how to deal with it. For some reason, they're not letting anyone up Trail Canyon when there was apparently, I've not been up that one, and people who have said there's absolutely no damage on Trail Canyon. They say it's because the parking area is washed out. Well, I did walk down through there, and I mean, the road back Max Canyon is far worse. Anybody could drive a two-wheel drive vehicle where they're saying it's washed out. But anyway, it's the decisions they make here leave a lot to be desired. And it baffles my mind that bristlecone pines are not protected in this range as they are in many other ranges. In fact, the ski resort is completely tearing out an entire slope to build a new lift over here. And I haven't seen it. I don't know if I have the heart to go see it, but I can't imagine that they're not taking out bristlecone pines in that. So it's just drives me crazy. And over here, we have one of my favorite ridges. I call it Foxy because it sits in between Foxtail Canyon and Lee Canyon. So I put the names together to call it Foxy, and I've hiked up it many times and see tons of wildlife up there, and they're gonna put a friggin' zip line off of it, I think. So it's just I have no words for it. Well, I guess I just had a lot of words for it, and you know, I have tried to complain to the Forest Service, you know, called and written, and they don't even respond to you. They don't even give you the courtesy of a response. This again over here is the Foxy Ridge. And this old road continues up to a beautiful little spring. And I've climbed all the way up the top of this canyon and climbed Mummy and some other peaks around here. And I've been all the way up the Foxy Ridge too a bunch of times. Some of my favorite hikes back in here just because you don't ever see any people. And I tend to see a lot of wildlife, like I said. I think instead of going this way, it gets really steep up in here. I'm gonna try, there's a nice gentle little trail that leads up below Pioneer Rock over here. I'm gonna see how far up I can get up that. The last time I was there, well, there's always been some down trees on it, and I can't really go under them. They're kind of, you know, like bridges, and I can't crawl under them. So we'll see how far I'll get up here, but I'd love to get the view from up there. It's nice. I've camped way up on the top of this ridge that where Pioneer Rock is. This is Pioneer Rock over here. Here's a big one, but looks like people have made a little trail around it, which is good. I'll be able to get around it. Whew. I'm winded. Haven't done hills and haven't been to elevation in quite some time. I've been walking out at the wetlands park, which is really, really flat. All right, I think I'm going to go up to the little marker up here with the view. The view down Foxtail Canyon. You go up this way, it starts to get pretty rough. And like I said, I've backpacked to the top up there, and I would have done that this year if not for my knee again, because I loved it so much. The views up there are spectacular. Boy, the little trail has gotten really established up here. Used to be not much of anything. All right, really happy I made it up here. You have to be pretty careful going down this steep, loose stuff. But yay for the views. That's Mummy behind me. That's Pioneer Rock. And you can see Lee Canyon over there. Lee Peak. The Foxy Ridge. Foxtail Canyon. And back around to Mummy. The knee is feeling okay. Not as good going down as coming up, but it's good enough to make this worth it. Really nice to get out into the woods for a day. Boy, does that breeze feel nice. I got up here a little past 7 and it is already really warm. Well, I'm getting back to the Jeep now. The knee feels okay. We'll see how it feels tomorrow. You can see the sisters up above me here. And I think I'm gonna go try and find some place shady to paint.